Yo, Emma. I'm gonna do an intro here real quick. If the audio sounds fine, let me know if anything is too quiet, if my mic is maybe too loud, if the both game audios are quiet or anything. But here we go. Okay, I'll turn it down like 2. Let me, real quick. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna change scene so I can grab the chat. I kind of want to put chat on screen. Hold on. There we go. Is that good? Yes, I that's intentional. Dan's not using the game sound, so it's it should be fine. Like not the game sound, the game music, like the track music. So it's just his MTs and stuff. That's the intention. All right, I'll do the intro here real quick. I forgot to do one for Matthias versus Dan, which is crazy, but here we go. All right, welcome to this one try match, week 4 of the season 7 one try league match between the number 6th ranked MF and the number 2 ranked Dan. This one's gonna be an exciting one. There is some buzz around that MF does have a chance here to possibly take the entire match. We're looking for a competitive match though. Oh, there's okay, hold on. I'm sure it's gonna be really exciting. Yo Haddock, yo Matthias, yo Schlenks. Nice. the the German flag there from MF. That's awesome. Yo Vansky. No curses. Okay. I won't curse. All right, looks like Dan is ready. We'll see what MF says. Um, I was gonna do the restream thing for this, but I ended up not getting it done in time, so this is gonna be another just having both streams up. And hopefully with the gifted sub that Enta gave me to Dan for the previous match, we won't have any ads for either stream, so it should be fine. The only issues, I pray that my bitrate stays fine, and that they don't get too desynced. Oh. ATB is the pick. So here we go. Dan is very good at KTB. We've seen in his matches from against Matthias. This is one of the tracks he excels on, but this is MF's pick. Let's see how it goes. Both on the PAL system. MF with Peach, Dan with Yoshi. I'm not sure what the null tire strats are here. I don't know if they save anything. Maybe just a little bit. the big factor here is this ramp. MF doing the MT, so does Dan. Both really clean on lap 1. 32.08, that's very good. And at 31.96, that is strong. Wow. Good lines from both players. No major mistakes yet. Ooh. MF missed that MT, and Dan hits it. So Dan... Oh, but Dan messes up the shroom. Okay, so here we go. MF probably going to take the lead, 32.45. 32.74. It is close. It is very close. It's like we're experiencing a little bit of a frame drop there from MF, but it's fine. Oh, MF missing that MT. Dan can catch up here. Shroom from MF. No shroom from Dan. It looks good. 36.62. 37.05. So MF takes the first drag. Wow. Alright, we'll see if we can get this sync down. I said that MF was ahead by 3 to 4 seconds. See how this goes. Dan picks Wario Stadium. This was another one that Dan does pretty good in one tries. So, okay, this was closer synced. Not quite even, but a little bit closer. But this is one of MF's best tracks. Holding 3rd place at one point, but now 4th, I believe. So this is, again, going to be close for sure. MF hits it, but clips there. I don't know. I think it was clutch to hit that MT, even with the clip. Good shrooms for both. Look like, yeah, both very good shrooms. Here comes the flip-flop. MF bonking. Losing small time here. And not a great angle on that. Looks like the streams got synced, I think, from the lag. That's funny. Maybe MF is still a little bit ahead on the streams, but Dan definitely ahead on the time. Extra. Oh, MF opting out of it. Dan hitting it. Well, another small time save that Dan is going to have over MF on this lap number 1. See it? Yeah, about a little under a second. Oh, but a huge bonk there from Dan. Losing all his time. That was more than just an average clip. So, MF could gain some time here on Dan. Oh, MF missing an MT. room. Oh, very close. Dan not able to get the MT going off of it. And MF got a great one. Here's the flip-flop. Angle looks solid. Yeah, pretty much the same for both players. Kind of scary angle there from Dan, but ends up getting through. Ooh, okay, almost clipped there, MF, but Dan doing the extra MT and getting it again. Let's see what the time is. MF definitely gained some time on this lap here. 127.37, 127.73. Okay. So I think Dan is still ahead by around 0.3 is my guess. So MF's gonna have to pull out an awesome lap. Oh, I think Dan bonked there. I wasn't looking at a screen, but I heard the engine slow down for a second. There's the shroom from MF. Very, very risky, very tight. Might just be what he needs. Flip-flop. Barely getting it. Oh, the bonk there! Damn. That's just a rough bonk that it's kind of hard to miss. Dan bonking again. It's gonna be close. Let's see a pace check maybe. 407. Yeah, Dan is ahead by a little bit. Misses the MT. Let's see the finish. Oh boy. Yes, Dan takes Wario Stadium. A very close one. Awesome times from both players. Tied 1-1. Yeah, MF had some really good shrooms. MF pointed out that his lap one was just not very good. And with a better one, possibly could have taken that. The difference was like almost 1 second after lap one, and MF slowly climbing back into it, but couldn't get all the way back. Alright, so it's MF's pick here, 1-1. Yo, VAJ. Yo, Enta. Yo, Donut. Banshee is the pick from MF. This is going to be interesting. We've seen Matthias usually gets these when in Dan versus Matthias matches. But they're almost always very close. Like, we've seen a tie on this track. So Dan is very good in one tries on this track. Not sure about MF though, but, you know, the bald peach luck. is here. Oh, MF struggling early and taking quite a big loss of time there. On the missed MT. Shrooms are great for both players. Dan missing an MT. Going for 2 MTs on this straight away. 91-18. So not spectacular for either player on lap 1. MF struggling there, especially with that turn. Bonk now. But the shrooms are good. Oh, Dan clips and loses time. $41.80, $42.44. Yeah, the time loss from Dan is not enough. And MF falls off. Not a bad effort. Played very well everywhere except for one spot. So MF does take the did not finish. Dan finishing it out. Could we see a 5x lap here? It's pretty solid. Oh, misses the empty. Oh, we did see it. Okay, nice. 2:05:27. Dan takes a 2-1 lead in the set. Spooky music. Where's the spooky layout? Row Raceway is the pick. Here we go. Yes! Sync is perfect. Nice. I can't believe it was such a struggle in the match between Matthias and Dan. So far so good. MF with just a slight mistake. Here's the big jump there. It was good for both players. Amazing for MF. Oh, Dan with a cart dance. I don't think it's enough to give MF the lead, though. It's much better when they're synced. It is much better. As you can see, Dan is just slightly ahead here. Dan going for that insane strat, the hill climb. 57, 59, 57, 73. So MF behind by 0.2 here. Here comes the jump. Good for both players. Nice. Shroom is solid. Not a necessarily difficult shroom here. Really, the major stuff here is just keeping it all your driving clean all the way through, and then that big jump at the beginning. Looks like that hill climb has been pretty good for Dan both times. I don't really know what a bad one looks like, but nice splits there for both players. Dan ahead by probably around 0.4 now. So a big mistake needed for MF to catch up. Very good shrooms for both players. Final few turns. Okay. I thought that was a really bad jump there for a second, but it wasn't that costly. Oh my gosh. Dude, Dan made some bad mistakes after that jump, and MF takes it. What the heck? Oh gosh, what the heck? So the set is still alive. What? Yeah, I saw that last hill and I thought it wasn't that bad from Dan, but it was all about what happened after. The angle was weird, didn't get that MT, and MF just caught up. So, going into the final track of the set, anything can happen. Yo, Ethan. Yo, Trilogy. Yeah. Moo Farm is the pick. Wow, okay. I kind of expected this, to be honest. I'll say this in the spreadsheet that I made with all of Matthias and Dan's matches. Dan tends to lose this track a lot because of risky strats. Let's see if Dan even goes for the risky strats. I believe MF tied Matthias in MF's last match, so... Or I don't think it was his last match. It was week 2, I think. Alright, the important MT there looked good from both players. Not bad. I think Dan's was a bit cleaner. Very close. MF just 0.6 away. Nah, Dan or MF not getting it. Wow, okay, MF gonna fall behind by a bit. All comes down to the moles though. (62, 26). MF needs to go risky. All risky this lap if he wants to win it. Because I doubt Dan's gonna go for any risky strats. MF misses that. Wow. All comes down to this. Looks like Dan is probably going to take it. MF bonking there. Not a bad effort. Very, very good set for MF. $127. Wow. Are you serious? Hold on. Set complete. Dan takes set number 1. So already off to a good start. Yo, Fox. It's best of 5 sets, best of 5 tracks. Yo, Marvel Girl. I didn't even notice. Notice that you were here. I believe it's just a guarantee that DNF. Right? Yeah. Looks like MF is contemplating what to go for here. And it's gonna be Mario Raceway. Perfectly synced, whoa! This is one that's not really picked very much recently for Dan, but it is one of Dan's best, holding both world records here for a long time. Ooh, Dan clipping there and not getting that extra MT, so MF takes a quick lead. Good clip there from Dan to maybe even things out here. No, MF is out ahead by a little bit. Ah, weird angle there. So it's neck and neck. MF actually ahead by point 1 about. Dan doing that extra MT to save any time that he can. So this time MF is not clean there. Dan gets through the plant cut very clean. Oh, but Dan oversteering, I believe, on the shroom, so big time loss. It's still neck and neck. Wow. Can't believe Dan just drove that with that shroom. That is very impressive. There's the plant cuts. Solid. It's, I mean, it's very even. The bonk there, I could see that coming on that shroom. That's tough. And, I mean, it would have been... Did that say... Okay, I don't think that was a 33 last lap. But Dan takes track number 1 on set number 2. Wow, going to the next track very quickly is Kalimari Desert. Oh, I don't even remember what the strat is here at this level. I believe it's... Is it gonna be 1? We'll see, we'll see. Definitely gonna do hill hops, I'm guessing. Dan's look very solid. It gets the hill hops. MF missing them. So there is the shroom. Okay, yes. I'm guessing it's going to be a 1-0-2 run here from both of them. Dan definitely going to take the lead here. 41-35. Misses the transition MT. So MF is behind by a lot, but not terrible. The hill hop's really rough for MF both times so far. Might have to use the shroom here on lap 2. I'm guessing Dan is going to go for No shroom? Correct. Well, MF gonna take it risky. I don't know if he's gonna be out ahead of the last train. We'll see. Luckily, I do this strat, so I will I will know if the pace is good enough. Dan definitely on pace for it. 43.22 is great. 43.30. I'm missing that. The hill hops have been rough for MF so far. Dan going around. MF should be fine. Barring any mistakes here. Dan gets a good line though. MF rough line. Clean shrooms both ways. But Dan driving pretty spectacular here. $204.97, $205.99. $2-0 lead for Dan here. Inside number 2. Ooh, haha! Let's go. Bowser's Castle is the pick from MF. Here we go. They're synced pretty well here. So Dan can drive anywhere, can drive close to a 212. I doubt it, but has the ability to. And MF definitely has the ability to drive up to a low 213. So this is going to be close. I know this is one that MF has been practicing quite a bit recently. Even getting a best split during practice without a distraction ghost on lap 2. No stair MT from MF. So Dan is going to take a huge lead. Oh, missing the second MT on that double one. MF could have saved some time if he hit the drop MT. Oh, it's very close. Wow, okay. He must have missed a small mistake from Dan earlier. Lap 2 thwomps are very good in one tries. Ooh, really good stair MT for both. And a good stair exit. Okay, this is pretty interesting lap here. Very, very good. Both of them. The double MT from MF. And doing 2 in the drop section. That's something I've never seen. Ooh, really close. About 0.2 separation here. Into lap 3. Now the lap 3 thwomps are what get in the way. Hitting the thwomp there. Dan is not going to have favorable thwomp patterns, but gets through anyways. Bonk there on the stairs. Could have been... Oh, nice stair jump from MF. Trying to catch up. But looks like the time loss is going to be too much. And Dan finishing out the rest of this. Without that thwomp hit, I think MF would have won this, especially with Dan bonking on the stairs. 2:14.32, the god time, 2:17.20. Dan takes set number 2, takes a 2-0 lead. Yeah, the god time here without the distraction ghost is very hard. I've tried it before, gotten it, but it's very hard. Alright, so to open up set number 3, again, MF is going to have the pick. Tracks reset. No shortcut or flap jokers have been used. Little reminder to the track picks. Shortcut, if someone picks shortcut, it does not take that track away. They can still pick it for anything else. But if they choose flap, that does take the track pick. So it cannot be used by the same player anywhere else. Until the track reset, of course. But I believe the Jokers only reset in set 5. Not sure. Talk Mountain is the pick from MF. Open set number 3. Gonna need something. Another track that MF is awesome at, I believe, has 4th place on this 3-lap. Dan's also very good at this. MF is... We've seen MF do the TAS hill strats. The mushroom right away, making a mistake and losing it. So Dan's gonna come out to a pretty big lead here with no shrooms used so far. Both going for that extra MT. That can be kind of a hard strategy and can be risky. Oh, Dan clipping there, but I don't think it was that much of a time loss. See how Dan's shrooms are before we make a judgment on who's really ahead. There's the TAS hill strats from MF. Wow, okay. MF, another clip there. That's rough. Dan, really good shrooms there. Dan missed an MT. I think both of them missed the same MT in a row. Oh, wait, was that there's no way that was a 38.65 from Dan. I think MF has taken the lead. I cannot tell though. I missed the split. I think Dan is ahead though, judging by the pace and the separation. Coming up on the last hill hops, and gets them. MF almost gets the TAS strats. But yes, Dan takes it. It was a 38.65. Wow, very good. Lap 2 from Dan. Dan takes a quick and early lead over MF in set number 3. The potential last set. Okay. Dan picks KTB Flap Joker. This is the most used Flap Joker that I've seen out of Dan. This is his specialty. Not perfectly synced, but we'll see what happens. I'm guessing the shrooms are going to come right here from Dan. There we go. There's the first one, and then the double. MF just not going his way on shrooms, especially in this match. They've just been rough pretty much the entire time, as Dan is definitely going to take this one. There we go. One track away from a win for Dan, so this is match point. But MF holds the pick. Will we see shortcut? Maybe. I feel like MF might be confident in his driving. Might not pick it. Royal Raceway. Maybe we can get some more second magic out of MF. Let's see. Maybe Dan will not go for that strat at the end because of the the way he lost last time. They're not synced up, so I'll look for pace checks to try to... Oh! Not needed. Dan falls behind after going into the grass, so MF really lead. Just don't play so insanely risky, and you might have it already. But, I mean, we've seen sometimes where high-ranked players fall behind, but still driving really well helps them catch up. Going for the tough strat. Gets it. Hits the MT after as well. Reset. Wow, okay, even with the grass hit, Dan is ahead, like I said. Amazing driving. Keeps him up there. Bad angle for Dan! Falls in. That's gotta be maybe over a second time loss. 1 or 2 seconds lost there. That's not a time loss that you can make up with great driving. Gonna need MF to make a mistake. Oh, I am messing up the shroom. Okay, yeah. So a major mistake is needed for Dan to win this. Maybe some last second magic like MF was able to pull off. Could flip the script on this lap 3 possibly. 744 is an excellent lap. Oh my goodness. Very good lap there from MF. Going for that, the flapped room, not getting the giant bounce, large bounce. Even with some rough driving here from MF. Yeah, it's obvious. Unless MF falls off the track somehow. I think he has it. Slows down. That actually could have been a time save that could have brought Dan back into this. But, you know. Who knows? MF keeps the game alive. Yoshi Valley shortcut. Here we go. I saw Dan practicing this pre-game. This is going to be interesting. Oh my gosh, this one. Wow. This shortcut is rough. I believe the stats that I've got, this was a common pick for Dan. So no surprise to see it here. Is that a miss? Is that a miss for both players? I think it is. It is a miss for both players. Wow. That one's definitely going to hit for Dan. So Dan's going to take a quick lead. But you're going to have to play non-shortcut. He did go to the left. Is that going to count? Come on, MF. No, it doesn't. And Dan hits this one. I think that does it. Unless MF pulls off some insane Yoshi Tanko or crazy strat. Nope, that does it. So congratulations to Dan for winning this one try match. You know, right? Oh yeah, he's on lap 30. Wait, falling off. But MF reset, I think. Wow. GG's to both players. The time is, or the sound is desync now. That's interesting. Very competitive one try match. It's unfortunate that that it ended like that. I'm glad this host went better than the Matthias vs. Dan match. GG's to both players. Everyone say GG's. This is a competitive match. It looks like 3-0, but really it was a lot closer than that. We've seen that a lot so far this one try league, where players are like very lopsided looking match, but then you know the tracks end up being really close. And I thought MF did a very good job winning quite a few tracks. Anyways, that'll do it for this one try match. Dan wins 3-0. I guess that's where the VOD will end. Be streaming later today. Anyone at his here's I'll be streaming later. Check out both these guys when they do their time trials. And that'll do it for this stream. So see ya.